Yo, what's up guys, Boss here, and I'm back with another YouTube video, and this time we're going to be playing the Triple Draft Global Tournament again. So in my last video where I got to 15 wins, I asked you guys, would you rather see a ladder video or another Draft Global Tournament video? And I looked at the comments and it looked like the majority of them, you know, I don't know the exact amount, but like it looked like there was way more people saying do the Global Tournament again, going to 25 wins than saying ladder. And I guess that makes sense because Global Tournaments, you know, only come around I guess twice a month now since there's two of them, but before it was one. And ladder, of course, there's like a full month of ladder every single season. So I decided, yeah, we'd try to get to 25 wins this video. I'm on my main account this time. I only have 2 losses. So pretty good start, I would say. We're already at 20 wins and the goal is 25. So I'll just search for the first game now. I mean, I don't need to talk about a deck or anything since it is draft. So we'll just, you know, I'll just explain my thought process as I'm picking cards, and we'll go from there. So, I mean, here I'm thinking Firecracker. I feel like it's pretty annoying if your opponent doesn't have the correct spell. Mega Minion, I noticed, isn't really something that gets too much value in draft unless you happen to have, like, a beatdown deck or something like that. Otherwise, it doesn't typically get, you know, too much value because it would have to be paired with, like, a Giant Golem or Lava Hound, and you're not always going to have that. I'm going to go Wall Breakers here. I think they're a very safe and consistent pick in drafts. And here I'm going to go for an Earthquake because even though he might not have a building, I feel like it's safer than picking a Lightning or a Rocket. And Earthquake can still get some value anyway, even if he doesn't have those cards. I think it's just good to go for the safe pick of Earthquake over a Rocket or a, you know, a Lightning that might not get too much value and makes your cycle really, really heavy. Because Earthquake, remember, you can cycle it, you know, on your opponent's towers just for, you know, damage. You don't always have to use it on buildings. But look at this, guys. He has the Goblin Hut, so really good decision. Picking the Earthquake, we're going to end up getting really, really good value anytime he does decide to drop that Goblin Hut, or he's just not going to play it pretty much the whole match because it's going to get no value. So we'll see what he does. Dark Prince is going to... Oh, whoa. Pretty bad Tornado on his end. It comes down late and one of the Wall Breakers connects. So we're already off to a really good start here. We have to, as soon as possible, figure out what his win condition is. Tombstone's going to get some good value for us. We have the Earthquake, so that already means he's not going to have like an amazing spell for it. We'll see what spell he ends up having, though. I mean, he might have, like... I wasn't shown a Fireball or a Poison, so there's a very good chance that's what he'll end up having, but we'll see. We can just log here to get some good value. On the tower, finishing off the Spear Goblins as well. And, yeah, we're off to a really good start so far. So I think this time we're going to go Wall Breakers in the opposite lane. I guess we can use our first Firecracker here. So he does go for the King activation. He ends up getting it, so nicely played on his end. A lot of people messed that up, but surprisingly he pulled it off, so that was definitely well played on his part. And he's going to have the Executioner. So, I mean, I'm not too concerned about an Executioner. I feel like it's not that good, but what we have to watch out for is I feel like it does get some good value against our Zappies and Tombstone, so we got to watch out there. That was honestly some pretty bad defense against that Firecracker. He ended up, I guess, wasting a lot of Elixir and also taking a good amount of damage. He's going to let both of the Wall Breakers connect. Very interesting. And our, you know, our Earthquake has been giving him a very annoying time for sure. So I think we should pressure the opposite lane here with a Knight. Knowing that we still have, ooh, and he messed up the Ice Wizard. So definitely he's making some misplays. He can still win, though, because if he gets this Golem through, we obviously could have an issue. What's very nice, though, is we end up having Zappies, which, in my opinion, are a very underrated Golem counter. Because if your opponent, oh, well, he's got a Fireball, so they're actually not going to be as valuable as I would have liked, but they're still going to, you know, provide some good value on defense, especially if he has to use his Fireball on something other than the Zappies, but, you know, we'll see. So good log there. We actually finish off the Ice Wizard. Dark Prince doesn't need a response, so that was great. And he's going to Golem. I don't know how I feel about that Golem. I think we go in here with a push, because I don't know if he's going to be able to to stop it. And even if he does, his tower is going to be very low. And we can go for another tombstone like this. And yeah, this golem is just getting melted. So tombstone was definitely the right pick on our end. It's been getting so much value this match against his golem. Earthquake log, yeah, I was going to say pretty sure takes it out. I wasn't entirely sure because if you guys remember, Earthquake recently got a, I don't know if you guys saw the announcement. I know on Twitter it was announced. I don't know if in-game you guys saw it, but Earthquake did recently get a rework where it does more damage to buildings now, but it ends up doing less damage to towers. So that's why I wasn't sure of the exact damage. But anyway, nice win there, putting us at 21. Right here, I'm going to go with the Night Witch. Elixir Collector is one of the worst cards you could pick in draft. I think it's extremely risky. It probably wouldn't even pair well with your deck anyway. And also, it's if your opponent has an Earthquake, it gets no value whatsoever. I'm going to go with Spear Goblins. We already have the Night Witch, which spawns bats, so I feel like having bats too wouldn't make too much sense. Poison, I think, pairs pretty well with Night Witch. And we're going to get Hunter as well. Definitely the better pick out of those two cards. Skeletons for Cycle. I think here I'm going to pick Royal Hogs. Royal Hogs is one of the best picks you can possibly take as a win condition in draft. It's very safe. And even if your opponent has a Fireball, you see my deck, I have Fireball bait cards like the Night Witch, the Hunter, and then I can also split them. So Royal Hogs are just a really solid pick to take in draft. Same with the Balloon, I would say, because even though there's a lot of Balloon answers, you could always get death damage. It's just a really strong win condition right now. So those are my favorites to take. When I see Royal Hogs or a Balloon, I'm almost always taking it, regardless of what my other cards are. Unless I already have a good win condition in my, my deck. Otherwise, I'm usually taking it every time. So we can go Night Witch in the back. He's going to go ahead and play a Magic Archer. So we'll Poison. It's an even trade. We get tower damage, and then he's still going to have to respond to this Night Witch. Alright, we'll go Spear Goblins like this here. And he's going to have the Tombstone. So I guess we'll send in Royal Hogs. That Tombstone almost expired. I was hoping that it would get taken out when I sent them in. It was so close. If that Spear Goblin, before it died, got one more hit, it would have. But unfortunately, it didn't. So we would have gotten more damage had that happened. But I guess we still got a solid amount. I'm going to go ahead and Hunter this. I'm also going to Fisherman. So RG is another really good win condition in draft. But luckily, we have, I guess, Hunter and Fisherman, which are two really good defensive cards. So we ideally, I mean, we hopefully should be fine, but we'll have to see. And we already saw Arrows as his spell, but he has one more. We have two spells, which means he has to have two. So we'll have to figure out what his other spell is. We'll go Royal Hogs like this here. Okay, so Fireball. We see Fireball and we see Arrows as his two spells. Gotta remember that. I decided to save some Elixir and just go for a Bar Barrel on this Magic Archer. I think it's an okay play. And his Fireball's out of hand, so we can just go Night Witch. We'll see if he goes RG at the bridge here. I kind of doubt that he will. And it looks like he's going to end up having a Bowler. So Bowler, good against Royal Hog, so I think we pressure here. His Fireball also is, I think, out of cycle. He's going to need to play a couple other cards. And we'll take this Poison right here. We're going to get some pretty good value out of it. And let's see here. We'll go for... He's going to Fireball, probably, because there's a bunch of value for him there. And yeah, we'll see if we can end up winning this. This is going to be a little difficult for sure because he has Bowler and Fireball. So And also that Tombstone, even though it's not, like, amazing, it's low-key kind of a good distraction against our hogs as well. We're getting a bit of damage, though, both lanes here. That's really good. Yeah, that was actually quite a lot. Wow. Oh, wow, he's going to RG in this lane? Very interesting. Alright, I'm not going to talk much the rest of this game because I want to win. Alright, I just had to focus. Sometimes when I'm talking, I think I'm not playing, like, perfect. Like, even though I felt like I played that well, like, I think I didn't play, like, everything as perfect as I could have, because I also had to focus on talking, but completely focused there at the end. We were able to get the win. I still stand by what I said, even though I won. I don't think that that was really a great matchup, but I think I played that really well, especially at the end. Really good fishermen's. It was really hard to get by his fireballs. He had Bowler 2 and Tombstone, which got a lot of value versus the Royal Hogs. But our Hunter and Fisherman definitely saved us against that RG. We had some solid defense, so that's what, you know, ultimately allowed us to win that one. So we need 3 more wins to reach our goal. It's looking like it's taking longer for us to find some of the games, so if any of them take more than like 20 seconds, 30 to find, I'll just edit out the search time, but yeah, we'll see. Alright, here we go. So, we got our next game here. I'll go ahead and pick Log. I don't think Delivery is a great pick in draft. I think Log's a little bit... It's more likely to synergize with whatever deck you have. Definitely Poison, because... and we're looking at his spells. It looks like this is good to remember. He's most likely going to pick Fireball or Rocket, so that's good to remember. I'm going to assume he's got Fireball or Rocket. I think that's the best thing to do. Inferno Drag, I think, is good here. Definitely Balloon. Another big tip, do not pick something like a Golem in draft. I think it's an extremely risky pick. Because Golem, you need a very specific deck to make sure it synergizes well with it. So it's not really safe to pick in a in draft. I'm going to go Minions just because they kind of pair well with my other air cards. Rascals are not very good at all right now. I don't think Healer pairs well with the Balloon deck, so that leaves Prince. P.E.K.K.A. I think isn't good in draft because there could be a lot of like spam cards. I think Recruits are the way to go. Recruits are also really good in draft. And then here I'm just going to go Ice Spirit for Cycle. I think that's the right call. Skeleton Barrel doesn't make sense. We already have the Balloon. But you know what? We have Balloon Recruits. I would say I'm pretty happy with what we have overall. I mean, it's not an amazing deck, but you know, we got a solid win condition. We have Recruits, which I feel like are really good on defense and pair well with the Balloon, so we'll see what happens. So just like the last guy, this guy's going to have Magic Archer too. And as I said, I think he has Fireball. I'm 90% sure that's the spell he picked if he's smart. I mean, he may have picked Rocket, he may have picked Freeze, but I think the smart decision... And also, we can use our minions. We don't have to worry about cycling our Inferno Dragon minions because we have the Balloon. He doesn't have it. So that's another thing that's good to remember. And as I expected, he does have the Fireball. Like I said, I was 90% sure he picked that because Rocket is not a smart pick. Same with Freeze in draft. So I had a feeling that's what he was going to go with. Well, it could be. It just depends on what your other options are. If you have Fireball over those two, you definitely go with Fireball. So his Bomb Tower is going to be good against our Recruits, but I think overall, yeah, we definitely can win this. I think that we first have to see what his win condition is. If he has something like a graveyard, I feel like I'd be fine with that because we have minions. We also have log. But yeah, we'll really just have to see like what is his win condition. I wouldn't be surprised if it's graveyard because we've already seen Valk, and I feel like Valk pairs well with graveyard. But I think here we go balloon. I mean, his magic archer's out of cycle. He's gonna go bomb tower, for sure. I think he has to, and then he's probably gonna go ahead and that kills the ice spirit's gonna help kill it right away. So then hopefully that's not good. That's not good. So he has a tornado too. That's not a good sign. Tornado is really hard to get by when you have balloon. But yeah, we can still win. We'll just have to see. And I'm curious what his win condition is. He can't have a golem or lava hound. I was shown those. So that's why I'm leaning towards like a graveyard or something. But I, of course, don't know until he plays it. But I'm leaning towards a graveyard. Or could be like a ram rider too. A hog. You know, who really knows? Looks like Mega Knight. So, I mean, he might not even... That might be his win condition. Even though I don't really consider Mega Knight a win condition, sometimes the game thinks of it as one. So you actually end up getting that as your win condition if you choose to pick it, which is pretty interesting. But I think that that looks like that's going to be the case for this game. I'm going to go ahead and let's poison the magic archer because the archer should die to the death bomb of the balloon if I'm not mistaken, or maybe not. Did we get death damage? I think we did. Yeah, so overall, this game's looking really good so far. And yeah, he doesn't even have a win condition. And our Inferno Drag gets loads of value because he doesn't have a reset for it. So this is just going great, I would say, for us. Like, I think if we just play defense well and don't let him get magic archer connections on our tower, like chipping through stuff, I don't really see how he's supposed to win this. I'm going to balloon here. He's probably just going to tornado it, or I guess he's going to take the death... Oh, wow. That felt like an overcommitment. Okay, and we still get... No, we don't get death damage. Never mind. I thought we were going to get it, potentially. We're going to go recruits. We're going to do a 4-2 split because we have a lot of stuff in the right lane already, so we obviously don't need to put as many recruits in the left. Or in the right, excuse me. And yeah, we'll see what this guy's gonna do. I don't really know if he can do anything. I think at this point he's just, probably hoping we make a mistake or something. I guess that's all he really can do, because if I play this well, I don't think he's gonna win this. Unfortunately for him, I think that's the case, because he doesn't have a win condition, and we have a huge lead already. So I think we're good. We just gotta, for 25 more seconds, make sure he doesn't take our tower, and we're good. So again, this is where, even though draft I think is strategic, I don't know what his decisions were. Maybe he didn't make good decisions, but if he did make the best decisions, then this would be an example of how draft ended up screwing this guy over. But who really knows what his options were? I don't really know, but we'll take it. Nice win. Even though he had good answers for our balloon, he had, at least I had a win condition, he had none, so we ended up winning that one without too much trouble. And that is going to put us at 23-2, so we'll go ahead and search for the next game, and yeah, we're getting pretty close. 2 more games away from 25. Okay, Heal Spirit's not very good anymore after the nerf it got. Goblins and Fire Spirits aren't that good too, but I feel like Fire Spirits aren't a bad pick to have some splash. Here I'm going to go Arrows. I feel like it's the safest pick in this situation. RG is just a really solid win condition, so I'm going to go with that. Ooh, he has to pick a building. I'm looking right now. He has to pick a building. I'm hoping he doesn't go with Inferno, because if I don't ever set for that, that could definitely be a problem. I already have RG. Recruits wouldn't make sense. I'm going to go Mini P.E.K.K.A. And yeah, I'm not liking my deck so far, but hopefully he picks Firecracker or Dark Goblin, so I have arrows for those. I'm going to go Minions. Magic Archer. I feel like I don't have a choice. Okay, nice. Magic Archer's going to get a lot of value. Look at his spells. He's either going to have a freeze, poison, or rocket. If he's smart, he picks rocket. Sorry, poison. And if he does that, I'll still have a lot of Nah, he had rocket as an option. I doubt he's going to pick rocket, but just in case he does, Sparky would be a pretty bad and risky decision. And I think in draft 2, it's just not really a good option anyway. So here we go versus Samuel. I guess we'll just start with Fire Spirits. I think it's an okay starting play. And he's going to have an Ewiz. So we'll go Mini P.E.K.K.A. And yeah, what I really want to find out is what is his building. I really hope he didn't pick Inferno, because if he did, that's going to make things, I guess you could say, pretty difficult for us. So we're going to have to probably tank with an RG. I don't really know what else to do. Yeah, guys, like I said, I'm not really liking the deck we have. I'm not going to lie. I don't really know... if we don't have a Mini P.E.K.K.A. in cycle, we have nothing for his Mega Knight. And there's going to be some like, Mini P.E.K.K.A. is my only ground card. That's kind of crazy. That's not a good sign. Because essentially, if he has his, yeah, kind of bad timing on my end. Yeah, if he doesn't, if he goes Mega Knight and I don't, can I time this right? Let's go RG again. I have Mini P.E.K.K.A. Encyclopedia Mega Knights. Please don't have an Inferno. He has a Tesla. That's not much better though, honestly, because it does really good against RG. All right, we'll see if we can win this. Guys, I do not think this is going to be easy, though. Like, I think this is pretty hard because of the fact that we don't really... I guess what I'm trying to say is if he plays well, we can't really break through. That's probably the best way to put it. And also, our cycle is going to get pretty hard as well. We'll see what we can do. We'll try to make it work. Alright, I'm gonna RG in the back. I think that's just the best play in this situation. Try to just have it tank using our RG. Ooh, I don't like that sequence of plays on his end. I think he messed up. But we'll go... Oh wow, look at the Tesla. It's getting pierced by the Magic Archer. And the Bandit didn't dash. Oh, we got him. That's it. That's game. Nice win. Yeah, I didn't think my deck synergized very well, but you know, we made it work. I think that Mega Knight in the back was when I really was able to take advantage of that situation there. With the we'll go Tombstone. Because we were finally able to like build up that push we needed to, because he used 7 elixir, we were able to counter push off of it because we used our side of the map to defend it. This is a very tough call. Balloon and RG are both so good, but I think I'm gonna go RG just because I don't know, like Tornado's really, I think it's RG is very, very like strong in the meta. Same as the Balloon, but it's like they're both really strong. And I'm going to have 2 buildings. Yikes, that's not good. At least I don't think it's going to be good, but we'll see what happens. Oh, perfect. We got Hunter with the RG. That's really nice. And I'm definitely going to go Bats because... Well, Bats I feel like are really OP in this meta. Or do I go Firecracker? I think I don't want to have much time. I'm going to go with my initial thought. And, you know, Bomber worked... Again, I'm not going Sparky when I have RG. RG Sparky, I don't think that's a great idea. So we'll try to make this work. Again, a little bit of, you know, an interesting deck, but we'll see if we can win with it. At least we got a couple good cards. You know, we have the RG, we got the Hunter, the Fireball, Cage, you know, those are all good. Alright, that's not a good sign. So he does have Earthquake, and we have 2 buildings. Oh, okay. Oh, boy. So he's got... See, this is what I was talking about. So he has Earthquake. That's really bad, because he can... If I play a Tombstone on top of his Royal Hogs, and he Earthquakes, it's going to do nothing against them. Absolutely nothing. But what's good is at least perfect Hunter placement. Bandit didn't even get a single hit on top of it. I played it far away enough to where it had enough time to prevent the Bandit from getting hit, but it also didn't dash. So that was perfect. And he's going to have Mini P.E.K.K.A. Ooh, yeah. Mini P.E.K.K.A.'s really, really good against RG. I can't Fireball. I need to save Elixir, because if I went for my Fireball and the Royal Hogs, I probably wouldn't have had the Elixir to go in for the bats like I did. Alright, we can win this. We can win this, because if he doesn't have his Mini P.E.K.K.A. in cycle, he has nothing for our RG, but I would assume if he's smart, he's not going to use it until I RG, so we'll have to see, I guess, what happens. This is going to, yeah, be a very, I would say, a pretty close game. So, we'll see what happens here. I feel like I should just RG again. I really need to try to get his tower as low as I can, and I know he's going to Mini P.E.K.K.A. it, but really nice RG. We're looking for 1 hit from the RG. I tried. Tough matchup for sure, because he had the Earthquake, which is so good against Tombstone, and Mini P.E.K.K.A. for the RG. But, I mean, could I have played it slightly better? Probably slightly, like, in a way. Like probably, like, a couple things I could have done a little better. But that was for sure really, really bad, the matchup, I would say, because my RG's 6 Elixir, his Mini P.E.K.K.A.'s 4 Elixir, he's always going to be able to play his Mini P.E.K.K.A. on top of my RG. And then on top of that, like, just, yeah, the fact that I have 2 buildings and he's got Earthquake made it really tough too. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I probably could have played it slightly better, but I think it's for sure heavily in his favor. And it's draft, so I mean, you know, we tried our best to, like, use what we had, I guess. But at the same time, you could argue I did have Bomber and Fireball for his Royal Hogs, but, like, I feel like at the same time, though, it was still pretty hard, because I just wasn't... I gotta pick here quickly. Ramrider, I think. That's fine. We kind of have a bridge spammy type deck. I'm okay with this. Yeah, I mean, you know, he played it well, though. And like I said, I don't think I played it perfectly, but, you know, it was definitely pretty difficult. Like, even though I did have good counters to his Royal Hogs, I just think overall I had to really, like, overspend to make sure they didn't get damaged, like Fireball plus Zap, but, yeah, it's all good. So this guy's Magic Archer too. I think that's 3 Magic Archers in a row that my opponents have had. That's pretty crazy. So he's got Cannon Cart. It's actually slightly out of range. That was unfortunate. I'm going to go in here because he just used to zap. So this might be kind of... Nope. It's not going to be difficult for him to defend at all because he's got Mega Knight. I didn't know he had Mega Knight. Well, obviously I didn't because it's draft. So yeah, that sucks because if he didn't have that, like if he didn't have a good answering cycle, he easily could have lost his tower, but he had the, you know, the perfect, one of the best responses he could have had, I would say, in hand. So that's unfortunate, but I guess we just zappies here. Obviously make sure we don't mess up the timing this time around. And he is going to zap, to get the Cannon Card on. It's going to get a little bit of damage, not too much though. And I'm trying to think like what possibilities he has as his spells. Yeah, this, I feel like this is going to be a pretty difficult matchup because he has Mega Knight and then he also has Zap for the bats. So I'm not really liking this as of right now. But we'll see. I just think overall this is going to be pretty hard. Yeah, I think... I mean, we defend it, but we're down so much elixir. If I win this, I would be pretty surprised, because I think he's got a really hard counter. Especially since he has the Cannon Cart, too. Yeah, complete hard counter. I can't really do anything there, but GG. That's so rough, because he had Cannon Cart, Mega Knight, Zap for the bats, just perfect answers for us. Like, I couldn't even defend. Like, I had no opportunity to pressure, because, oh well. We definitely can get to 25 here, but I don't know how much further I'm going to make in this global tournament, because we already have 4 losses, which is unfortunate, but... yeah, just 2 really bad matchups. But that's the thing with draft. You never know what matchups you're going to get. But we'll win this one. I'm already liking the deck I have so far. I feel like Cannon Cart and Knight are really strong. And you saw our last opponent, how much value he got with his Cannon Cart. So... I'm looking at his win conditions right now, and because... even though Mega Knight isn't really a win condition, I assume he's going to pick Royal Hogs, so I'm going to go Mega Knight. That's the way I'm thinking, because if he's smart, he goes Royal Hogs, and we have Fireball and Mega Knight, so we should have no problem. But yeah, let's end on a win here. Was really rough. We got 2 hard counters. I was not expecting it to go this way at all. I was really hoping we could, we were on pace to win 5 in a row. But when you're playing drafts, you never know what's going to happen, so unfortunately, we are going to have to, I guess, go for, 25-4, I like, win this game, ideally, of course, but, yeah, that really sucks. I mean, you never know what happens. We could go on an insane win streak and still, like, get really far, but with draft, it's definitely going to be difficult, but we'll see. So he's got Ewiz and Barbarrel. I was tempted to go Mega Knight in front of that Cannon Cart, but I think it would have been way too aggressive until I know what his whole deck is, but you never know. It could have been difficult for him to stop. There's no way to know, but it would have been a risky play. I think it would have been just a bit aggressive. Guess I'll go Mega Knight now, because we have Zappies on the board. He can't really punish us, and I also have Cannon Cart, so even if he were to try to punish us, I feel like he'd have a pretty hard time doing it. So we'll see if he does end up going with like Royal Hogs as his wing edition. I'm pretty confident that's what he picked. It would make sense, I feel like. Look at all that damage we're getting, because the Mega Knight's splashing the bowler, and wow, that's quite a lot. I'm surprised you let us get all that damage. So I guess we'll just go Skelly's Distract here. We can go Knight on the Ewiz. And, ooh, okay, that's a huge mistake. He just spent 9 elixir. He's going to get no damage, and that's going to be GG. He has, like, 4 elixir right now. No Valken cycle, I think. That's game. He can't do anything. So, yeah, we are going to end on a win. I think, you guys can tell I'm getting a little excited here, because after losing 2 unfortunate games in a row, I want to win, to say the least. So, I spoke too soon, maybe, but I think we won. That graveyard was very, very aggressive. We don't have a wing edition, though, so it's actually not over yet, but I'm still thinking that we're looking like we're in a really good spot right now compared to him, because we still have our tower at full health. He's under 1,000, and I feel like the momentum's kind of going my way as well. But we'll see. We got to watch out if he goes for like a Valk at the bridge or something like that. We got to be ready to block it with like a cannon cart, obviously expecting a graveyard. He's not doing that, though. He's so far playing this really passively. He hasn't found, I guess, a like an opening to graveyard. And he just used his freeze, too, so even if he went for a graveyard right now off of this, I feel like it wouldn't be too difficult for us to defend. Just because we could then go bats, and he wouldn't have anything to deal with them. So he might have a freeze back in cycle here if he goes for his freeze. Yeah, he does. That's fine. Cannon cart's up and helping out. And I'm gonna go ahead and Zappies here. Do I Fireball? No, I think we just leave that. We'll go Cannon Cart in the back. And then I want to play this passively. I don't want to really overcommit here. I think we should just play this safe, because this is definitely our game to win at this point, and I don't want to, yeah, like go overly aggressive and end up throwing this game that definitely, you know, is my game to win. And oh my gosh, I'm just looking at the time. This is gonna be a really long video. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. The reason why I didn't expect it to be this long is because I was hoping we could just go 25-2, like winning 5 games in a row, but that unfortunately was not the case. But I haven't done a longer video like this in a really long time, so I mean, I don't mind doing it, obviously. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Those of you stuck around till the end. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I think we win this game here. And yeah, it's been almost 40 minutes. Absolutely crazy. It might be the longest video. Nope, I remember I did a deck guide before that was like an hour, but wow, this video ended up being really, really long. I guess it's because, drafting, there's like a whole minute of when you're picking cards, and that really added to the time as well. I kind of forgot about that, but anyway, that is where we're going to, end the video. As I said, unfortunate that we have 4 losses, but you really can't control the decks you're going to get or what the matchups are, and to be fair, the games I lost, I probably could have played it like slightly better anyway. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. Make sure to like it if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And my next video is going to be a ladder video. Probably RG. My next couple videos, like 2 or 3, might even just be RG videos, like ladder, for end of season. And I have some bad news. Balance changes, unfortunately, aren't going to be in a couple weeks. Drew just announced that on Twitter. They're going to be whenever the update is, which is probably going to be in April. So we're going to have to wait a whole nother month for balance changes. Exciting, I know. Yeah. Because I know a lot of you guys were looking forward to balance changes. I was too, because it's been a lot of the same decks the past few months, because the meta's, of course, been the same. But anyway, it should be coming soon. Probably, I guess, 1 more month. I don't know. But that's going to be it. Thanks again. Until next time, guys.